All right, and we are back here on the GSMC football podcast. And for the final part of the show, we're going to talk about Sauce Gardner defending Aaron Rodgers, cause just kind of more on the Aaron Rodgers situation, just him missing minicamp. So yeah, there's been a lot of criticism on him not being there, and like I said, I was in the the group of, hey, I don't think this is that big of a deal. But listening to other people that think it's a big deal, I do understand from that perspective. Now, I know there was one. I know, from listening to podcasts and TV personalities and things like that. I know there was at least one person was like he doesn't care about the Jets at all. Now, I think that's taking it too extreme. I don't think it's that he doesn't care about the Jets at all. I think pull back a little bit. Maybe, yeah, he doesn't care. Like what some people are saying, maybe he just doesn't look at them as a main priority. And I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan, and I've said that constantly on the show. Now, I'm a big fan of him when it comes to him playing quarterback. Now, if you want to talk to me about anything, any other opinion that he has that doesn't relate to football, that's a completely different story. But when it comes to playing quarterback, I have loved watching this guy play ever since I started watching football. So, yeah, when it comes to, his views on other things, that's a completely different story. So, I try to split apart Aaron Rodgers the quarterback and Aaron Rodgers just, I guess, the person. Um yeah, like I love watching Aaron Rodgers the quarterback play football. So, just because I am a fan of him does not mean I'm a fan of everything about Aaron Rodgers. Because once Aaron Rodgers retires, like that's it. Like he's out of my life. So, um, but yeah, like I do agree with maybe he just doesn't view the Jets as a main priority. Because like what frustrates me about Aaron Rodgers, because I always wanted him to, try to surpass Tom Brady and win, as many rings as him. But as from year to year, when Rodgers kept losing in the playoffs and Brady kept winning rings, yeah, that made that mountain more uh, steeper and tougher to climb. So at that point, I just at some point I just gave up and like, yeah, Rodgers is never going to catch Brady. Because at one point, Brady had three and Rodgers had one, and it was like, okay, maybe Rodgers could catch up to Brady, and then surpass him and become the greatest of all time. Well, that didn't happen because then the Patriots had their second dynasty, and then Brady said, you know what, we've never played in the playoffs before, so let me go to the NFC to play you with the Bucks, and you talked about how, hey, we got to get an NFC Championship game at Lambeau Field. Let me just go to the Bucks, play you in Lambeau Field, beat you, and then beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. So yeah, it wasn't going to happen. But what frustrates me is this: like you can love him or hate him, but Tom Brady always wanted to win. That was Tom Brady's main priority, is winning and doing whatever it took to get to that point. And what's that famous, one of his famous quotes? What's your favorite Super Bowl? The next one. That's the mentality that I want Aaron Rodgers to have. And I just feel like he doesn't have that. I feel like he's not. Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers wants to win badly, but I just feel like, or maybe because he doesn't have these quotes that Brady has. Um, but yeah, you never really get that sense with Aaron Rodgers. You just feel like, yeah, like he wants to win, but I feel like he doesn't want to win as badly as like Tom Brady wanted to win. Now Tom Brady's the standard when it comes to winning, and already Patrick Mahomes has 3 rings. I mean he became a full time starter in 2018, and he already passed Aaron Rodgers, he passed Drew Brees, he passed Peyton Manning, he passed all these guys, and he's got more rings than them. And it's frustrating for me because because many people are like, how does Aaron Rodgers only have 1 ring? Well, part of it I think is, his outlook on football. I think there's not as much of a drive to win as opposed to, some of these other guys. But you know what? Here's the thing. that, that little rant that I just went on, that's just over the course of Aaron Rodgers' career. Where is he at right now? He's 40 years old, and yeah, he's towards the end. I mean, this could be it for him. This could be his last year. But yeah, maybe it's just, hey, like, I'm not in the prime of my career anymore. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, he's towards the end, and you know what? He is Aaron Rodgers, so he's able to do these things and skip out. The whole situation though with the Jets, it just doesn't make sense because it's an inexcused absence, but the Jets knew about it and they're okay with it. Now, this is about Sauce Gardner defending Aaron Rodgers, and he said, "You guys are making a big deal because a 15-plus-year a Hall of Fame quarterback missed 2 days of practice after being with the team all throughout Phase 1, 2, and 3 of OTAs." And that's where I'm like, yeah, Aaron Rodgers was there for voluntary OTAs. Now, I think if I think maybe like he could have, worked around this and said, all right, maybe I'll miss OTAs and then show up for mandatory minicamp, because you showed up for something that was voluntary, but you don't show up for something that's mandatory. Like, wouldn't you want to try to? I don't know. Again, I'm not in the mind of an Aaron Rodgers. I don't know, and we don't know what this event that he had to go to. We don't know what it is. I mean, I think at some point we'll find out. I think it might have been. I don't know. I heard something that was a vacation. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but I do understand from a Jet fan perspective that you're just outraged about it. That you just think, oh, he doesn't care. But yeah, I mean, I went off on that rant that I just feel like I do agree that he might not view the Jets as like a main priority, and that maybe his drive to win is not, it's not like how some other players' drive to win is. But yeah, I mean, he's going to come back. We're in June. Now, if this trickles into the season and he's not playing well, yeah, that's a problem. But I think for right now, I think, for some people, just need to relax, right? What did he said this 10 years ago, RELAX, relax. We're going to be okay. That's what he said. And then what happened? The Packers went to the NFC Championship game and, the Seahawks beat them. But it's because of the onside kick that that kind of led to the Packers losing. Can't believe that was 10 years ago. Well, technically it happened in 2015, but it was the 2014-2015 season. So next year it'll be 10 years. And the NFL Instagram is going to post a 10-year reminder of that. But yeah, it's just what could have been with Aaron Rodgers, because he could have had more rings. I think it's just, now I don't want to say he's like, it's not completely like he's completely out of being blamed, because he does have it. Some of the blame does fall on him. But yeah, it's just unfortunate that he wasn't able to win. I mean, could he go out there and win this year? Yeah, but I feel like I just don't think it's going to happen. Because the most recent time that he was in the playoffs, he did not play well. He just didn't. You put up 10 points at home against the 49ers, and they didn't even score an offensive touchdown in that game. So it just, I mean, we'll see. But it's just, I mean, the AFC's loaded, and, I mean, could the Jets go out there and have a good season? Yeah, I think they will. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how far they're going to go if they do make the playoffs. So, but you know what? It's with Aaron Rodgers, and they're using their words against him, because he talked about how they got to get rid of all the BS and the distractions, and yeah, he is creating a distraction. Whether the Jets think it's a big deal or not. Now, because the outside world, they view it as a distraction. But the Jets, they could sit there and say it's not. I don't know. But, yeah, it's, you got teammates have his back. But, I mean, also, yeah, the guy only played 4 snaps. Like, he's got to do something for this team. I do agree with that. And I think he will. But, it's just he's got to go out there and do something for this team because I mean, yeah, he's has said a lot of the right he said all the right things, when he first got there and it's been great, but it was great and then he got hurt and it's just, you know, what people say, same old Jets. But let's hope it's not same old Jets. So, but yeah, that's just my opinion on it. I mean, I could talk about this is another topic I can go on for hours about it, but yeah, it's just that there's a lot of things. There's a lot of criticisms with the head coach and how he's handling it, and I mean, yeah, you're gonna defend your quarterback. That's your quarterback. What are you gonna bash him and say, yeah, he should be here? I mean, I guess you could, but then you're causing problems. But I think more people are looking towards the coach to say that hey, no, you should be here. This is mandatory, but it's not the case. So yes, but like I said, I could talk about this Aaron Rodgers stuff for hours, but we don't really have the time for it. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here, put a bow on the show for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back again tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure to check out all the other shows on the network. Got the NBA Finals again tonight. The Mavericks were able to at least push it to another game, as well as the Oilers too in the Stanley Cup final. So at least we didn't get clean sweeps, but I think that those series are still over in my opinion. So, um, but yeah, make sure to check out all the other shows, and yeah, that is pretty much it for the show for today. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back again tomorrow, same time. And until then, I'm Kenneth Grunfelder signing off from the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Have a good day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.